I think a lot of us have those moments where we're a little nervous, we're not sure, and we step out in faith, so to speak, and we do what he says, and then we sit there with astonishment to some degree, which we shouldn't. We should trust and believe that it would happen. But we're learning, right? We're building that faith. We're building that emunah, and we sit there going, well, what do you know? It works. I mean, most of you probably have that experience the first time you've done your third-year tithe. And you're thinking, I can't barely do 1 or 2. How am I going to do 3? And then it works, and you sit there going, wow. And you're in wonderment. He says, so turn to me and show me favor according to your right ruling to those who love your authority. Let's be clear. He's not just saying that, I just love your name, and I'm just going to sit here and just praise your name. This is where we get sort of disconnected in Christianity, that somehow it's about this esoterically disconnected idea of some name or who you are. No, I expect that I will receive favor. I'm asking you to show me favor because I love your authority. I love who you are. Not just your name, but your name as in what it fully means. So why would wickedness have rule over you? I mean, does wickedness all of a sudden stand on your sovereign throne there and start? What's wickedness? Wickedness is simply doing things that are against what Yahweh had intended it to be done. So then why do you do it? I've told you before, because you're all sick. You sickos. No, you do it because why? Because there's an emotional problem. There's a habitual emotion and behavior connection that's a problem, right? We're trying to figure out what's the deal with love and Torah. We also need to understand the connection between your emotions and your actions. But how aware are you about you? Are you aware of what you're thinking? Are you aware of what's driving and motivating you? Are you aware of any of that stuff? Or are you just in reactive mode? You're just acting and reacting. Where's the awareness? Like when you're angry, are you also able to be conscious and go, why am I angry? Or even aware that you're angry. You're just being angry. Okay? When you're depressed, when you have anxiety, when you're fearful, when you're worried, is there any part of you that's watching you going, wow, I'm very worried right now. Why? I'm just watching yourself. Why do I feel this way? Why am I allowing the feelings to rule right now? Is this appropriate for the emotions to be driving in this way right now? Paul tells you this all the time. He says about being ruled by this warring that's going on in your members. What is warring around in your members? I don't want. Yahweh says this, but I want that. He says that, but I don't want to do it. That's fighting in your members. Or you fighting with yourself. I don't want to do that anymore. Oh, but I want to. No, I don't have to do. And the next thing you know, you're sitting there doing something, you're like, well, how did I get over here? Because the emotions are stronger than the intellect. You have to wrestle them into submission. The first submission in your life has to be the emotions. We're going to cover all, believe all, expect all, endure all that stuff. But that's what Christianity wants you to know. Oh, it's just about love. Well, guess what? They're right. But they have no idea how to get there. They totally are against the vehicle that gets you there. They're not wrong. We're under the law of love now. It was always the law of love. That's always been the case. So when it says love is this and that and the other thing, everything in 1 Corinthians 13, well, how do you get there? Through obedience. When he tells us how to love each other and how to love him. No matter how much you feel like you're sinking in quicksand or whatever, there's an escape path. It's part of a process. You were meant to grow through it in some way. I use the phrasing, for those listening, it's hard because it's more of a physical gesture, but when things are going on in your life and you say, I don't understand why all this is happening, and I go, because of whatever that is. That's why it's happening. Whatever that is, whatever's making you feel that negative emotion, that's why he allowed it to happen, so you can deal with that, whatever that is. Insecurity, depression, anger, frustration, lust, whatever it is, whatever that emotion is, why is this happening? Because you haven't dealt with that. That won't happen anymore once you fix it. Then you get to play with something else. And then he finishes that off with, make your face shine upon your servant and teach me your laws. And he always gives the reason why he wants what he wants. Redeem me that I might guard your orders. See, Christianity is always about redeem me. That's the end of it right there. It just ends with redeem me. Save me. Why? Deliver me. Why? So I can live forever. Why do I care if you will live forever? How about this? Redeem me so I can do what you say. Redeem me so I can be submissive and obedient to you. Redeem me so I can trust you and be what you had always wanted me to be. How's that for a different way of saying it? See, the days are coming, declares Yahweh, when I shall make a new, well, I'm okay calling it new. I know a lot of people want to insist on calling it renewed because they don't understand. He made a new covenant with Noah, by the way. He made a new one with Abraham. But as far as the content of it, it's the same content. He's saying, I'm now going to make my covenant with you. That's the way he worded it with Noah. He said, I will now establish my covenant with you. What's my covenant? It's always the same. If you will obey my voice, I'll take care of everything else. The covenant's never any different. Because of the experience of having it written in your hearts, the process of learning that he's right. Think about it, when it's written on your heart, what are you understanding there? I totally get that he's right. So it's on my heart now. In other words, my emotions, like David. David is showing you what written on the heart looks like. I love your law because of what it does for me and everybody else around me. It is written on David's heart. His emotions are attached to it in a positive way.